today. I'm going to turn the time over now to our ranking member, Senator Martin Heinrich from New Mexico.
Thank you, Chairman. And Governor Burgum, welcome to the Energy and Natural Resources Committee. We had a great conversation last week. I'm very much looking forward to hearing your answers to the questions today. And I too want to begin by acknowledging the horrific wildfires in California over the last couple of weeks. And having spoken to many of my members on the dais, I know you're going to get some questions about that, and in particular about firefighters and how we make sure that they are supported. The Department of Interior has responsibility for an incredibly broad array of issues, from conserving the places that Americans love to spend time with their families, to protecting and recovering our most iconic wildlife species, to delivering water to cities and farms across the West, and fulfilling our nation's trust responsibilities to tribal nations. Pretty much any job that involves responsibilities that range from elementary school students and healthcare to bison is a pretty big job. Public lands are they're where we go to camp and hike and hunt and fish and spend time with our families. They're where our veterans go to seek the peace and solitude that their service to our country could not always provide. And while there are some who argued that the very existence of public lands, places like Yosemite or the Bitterroot National Forest, are unconstitutional, but most Americans know that the idea of lands that belong to everyone, no matter where they live or who their parents are or how thick or thin their wallet is one of the most democratic ideas from our nation. I hope you'll join me in keeping public lands in public hands. And the Interior Department is also the leader in meeting our nation's trust responsibility to tribal nations and upholding the treaty commitments that we as a nation made to tribes and their members. As a nation, as we discussed in my office, we routinely fall short of meeting those commitments. We can and we must do better. As the relentless pace of climate change brings bigger floods, hotter summers, higher winds, as we've seen in California, and diminished snowpack, which we are experiencing in New Mexico, it's also driving the long-term aridification of the western United States. Over the next 50 years, it's expected that New Mexico will have 25% less water than we have had historically. And we're not alone in that. The Colorado River, which provides drinking water for 40 million people, irrigates billions of dollars worth of crops, provides essential habitat for fish and wildlife, and will likely never return to those early 20th century flows that we used to be able to expect. Through the Bureau of Reclamation, the Department of the Interior must play an active role in helping the West transition to that new water reality. And as you know, the Interior Department is also an energy department. As we make the transition to a cleaner energy economy, the land and water managed by the department will play an indispensable role in producing the energy that we need, as well as facilitating the ability to move that energy around the country. From geothermal and hydrogen to solar and wind, the department's work is at the center of our energy future. Governor, I very much look forward to hearing your plans on all of these topics and more. And I think we'll have some very active questions from all of our members today.
Thank you, Senator Heinrich.